Welcome back to Morning Coffee right here on the Radio Vision Network, everybody. So glad you joined us because, look, we got to talk about something important right now, and that's the housing market and real estate and everything going on right now in the world of your property, baby, because I got one of the top realtors in the Tri-State area. He focuses up there in that Bucks County, Philadelphia, Montgomery County area. And his name is Paul Rosso, and he joins me right now. Good morning, Paul.
Morning, Mark.
And
how you
welcome
doing?
to Morning Coffee.
Thank you very much.
You're quite welcome. I'm doing great because we know right now that the housing market is hot, right?
Yes.
People are buying, people are selling. The houses that go up in the market, they're there for 6-7 days and they're gone. And I know
A lot of
this
cases, yes.
because I'm looking kind of myself at a few things. I see
Okay.
a house I like, it goes up, and the next thing I know, it's gone because the market is that strong. Let's talk a little bit about that.
Right. Well, you know, if the house is looking really good, the house is going to move pretty quickly. So you really have to jump on the house that really works for you and the condition there. You know, I talk about we're living in an HGTV world, and we have the HGTV syndrome. You know, if the house doesn't look like it's be ready for TV, it's probably going to take a while to sell.
Yeah.
That's its price for that. But a house that looks really nice, looks like it could be featured on HGTV, it's going to move quickly.
Yeah, and you know what I'm noticing is, like, even when I'm going through my searches, like, if I see that the house has been there for a long time, I'm
Yes.
moving on.
Yes.
Like, if it's over 100 days, I'm like, there's something wrong there because this house
Exactly.
looks too good to be sitting there for over 100 days.
Yeah, and that's what we talk to our sellers about, that if a house sits on the market too long, the buyers are concerned about it. You know, in today's world, everything's on the internet.
Right.
And you have, as a seller, you have 7 seconds to capture the imagination of a buyer.
Right.
Just like flipping through a timeline of Facebook, they're going to flip through a timeline of homes for sale. And if yours doesn't stand out for some reason, either by pictures or by description, you're not going to be shown. Your house is not going to be shown.
I think it's so amazing because what you basically did was give me like the scientific answer, which means that you and your team and ReMax over there, you guys have extrapolated all this data and found that me, as the consumer, as I'm looking, you got 7 seconds to make an impression on me to want to stay and look longer at that property.
Yeah, so in addition to photos, because everybody sees a photo and usually the front of the house, I try to work with capturing the imagination of a buyer through the description also.
Okay.
So I try to create a story behind the house. And the reason is because, initially a buyer's going to do a search, they're going to see a little bit of information about the house. But my goal is to get them to click and open up and get all the pictures
Right.
and see all the details of a house. And so I had to work hard to get that, and that's where marketing comes into effect.
Right, because you want people to have an accurate picture of what they're
Yes.
looking at. And a lot of times when you get that overview and you're just looking very quickly, you're not understanding the full depth of the property. And that's what you've kind of, you're a little bit of a game changer that way because you want to make sure that people take the time to understand the properties that they're looking at, and that if you can take a few more seconds,
Yes.
it's going to go a lot further in your decision-making process.
Right. I need them to open up to see the full description of the house and see all the pictures of a house.
Yeah.
I need them to sit on the house for a while.
Yeah, you get to know it a little bit.
Yeah.
Kind of see how it's going to feel. And before I get too far ahead of everything, I want everybody to know, you see his name right down there at the bottom of the screen, Paul Rosso, right? PaulRosso.com is where you're going to go to get all the information about Paul.
Sure.
So we live on the internet. Excuse me. We live on the internet. Open another tab at the top of your screen. Shoot it open and go to PaulRosso.com right now. And you can look at the website while you're listening to us talk. It's a nice little service that provide here for you. But let's talk about your background. I mean, you're a real estate professional, and look, if you go to the website, you're going to be able to link to all his social media. If you go to his Facebook page, you will see that he's a 5-star rated realtor that everybody he works with has a great experience. And we'll just go with that because, look, that 1 or 2 people that we don't care about them, right? We care about the people that really care about what you've done for them. And that's either facilitate the sale of a home for one reason or another, or help people move into a home. And it's got to be such a rewarding and great feeling, and I just want to know how you kind of got here.
Well, I was educated as a mechanical engineer, and then after 10 years of working in Cherry Hill, I decided to change careers and go into real estate. And 30 years later, I'm still in real estate, enjoying every minute of it.
Wow. So an engineering background.
Yes.
That had to be really intense to kind of go through schooling with an engineering degree.
Right.
What was that like? What were the people in your life saying when you said, you know what, I'm getting into real estate?
They all thought I was crazy.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
And now they're all like, man, Paul made the best decision he could have made,
Yeah,
right?
definitely.
But what was that evolution like?
Well, it's a different personality type, a lot of sales, but I was able to use my background to analyze, as I talked about on the internet, analyze different things. I analyzed the marketplace. So I use a lot of my technical background in analyzing, where things are, so I can provide my buyers and sellers with the information they need.
Yeah, and it's really cool because what I'm gathering is that you take a much more cerebral approach to it, whereas a lot of realtors that I've encountered, they like the flash. They like they want to make sure it's all appearance, and you're like, well, wait a second. I can give the buyer or the seller such a better feeling if I'm basing what I'm presenting on actual fact and information.
Sure. As you said, if the house sits on the market too long, you're just going past it. So I need to be able to analyze, a house and figure out, what's the right price for the house. There are things I can do to get multiple offers. I like to get multiple offers for my clients because if I do, I can bid the price up. So I need to know analyzing what that is. Sometimes starting a little bit less will show enough value that will push the price right back up higher than if I priced the house high to begin with. And I want to make sure my buyer is in a position, when they purchase a house, that they're not overpaying for the house either.
Right.
Okay. And a lot of people got hurt in the late 2000s buying houses at prices that just weren't able to sustain themselves.
Right. And I think that, and we're going to get into kind of the nitty gritty of the housing market in a few moments, but I think that the way you approach it, you kind of are able to anticipate some of those trends. And back in 2008, 2009, you were more prepared for that than most. And that's kind of the value of Paul, and that if you're even remotely considering buying, selling, or even if you just have a few questions, go to Paul's website. It's paulrasso.com and get all of the information there and shoot him an email and just start a dialogue, because look, you want somebody on your side that knows their stuff.
Sure.
And is easy to talk to and is always going to make sure that your best interest is there. And Paul doesn't become successful unless it's a tried, tested, and proven method for 30 years, right?
Oh, yeah. I mean, a lot of my clients now are the children of my former clients when I first started in the business.
That's really cool.
It's nice that they trust me enough to send their kids to my.
That's fantastic. Yeah. I think that's the best testimonial you could get, right? I mean,
I'd be there for the third generation too.
That's awesome.
I just love my job. I love helping people.
Yeah, it's fantastic, and this is going to go so fast. I'm warning you right now because I'm already up against a break. So we're going to take a quick commercial break, and then, like I said, when we get back in the second segment, I want to talk a little bit about the dynamics of the market, what's going on. I want to talk about where Paul can help you. Specifically and all that stuff. So here's the deal, folks. You're not going to go anywhere. You're going to stay right there, and we're going to be right back here on the Radio Vision Network. Stick around.
Graduates of our university end up going places. Same goes for our students. Because while our campus may be a launch pad for bigger and better things, it's also a prime destination, filled with sights, sounds, and some pretty good eats. So, while you're preparing to take on the world is right outside your door. Wayne State University. Aim higher.
Today's show has been sponsored by Farmers Insurance in Voorhees, New Jersey. To protect your assets and the people you love, call Mike Skoranek, your local Farmers Insurance agent, at 856-336-2553.
We are farmers. Bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum.
High-achieving students. internationally renowned faculty, and award-winning alumni. A 226-year history of excellence and a beautiful urban campus. The University of Pittsburgh.
Solano Community College transformed my life.
And gave me the opportunities I needed to succeed.
I received the same university caliber education.
Without the pressures of debt holding me back. Affordable and flexible. I fulfilled my undergraduate classes.
Getting to the information I truly have a passion for.
The decision to attend SCC empowered my future.
And made my dream of attending Yale University a reality. Solano Community College, the educated choice.
When it's time for Jersey Mike's to make a really great sub, this is what we do. It's what we've been doing. It's what we've always done. It's what we'll always do. So what are you doing? Jersey Mike's. Be a sub above.
Properties that Paul has been affiliated with, and you can see right there, well, you just saw the website there. It was paulrasso.com, and you can learn more about the properties. And what I liked when I went to the website is that he's got a whole bunch of listings right there on the website that you can see kind of his featured properties and all that stuff. So it's all right there. It's all easy to see. And in this segment, I kind of wanted to get into the kind of the nitty-gritty of the market a little bit, and I want to make sure that we talk about a few towns specifically which are a part of Bucks County. And again, folks, Paul can help you. He can help you anywhere, but he primarily focuses on Bucks County, Philadelphia County, and Montgomery County. But there's this little pocket of Bucks County that's really a great area right now.
Sure.
It's 4 towns, and let's talk about these 4 towns. We got Richboro, Holland, Churchville, and Ivyland.
Sure, and the reason why I wanted to focus on them, just to give everybody a feel as to where the market is in Bucks County. Bucks County, a lot of the Pennsylvania area has experienced about a 1 to 2% growth rate over the last couple of years, and one of the things that drives people to the township of Northampton Township is a school district. We're in Council Rock School District. A lot of people know about that, and just to give you a feel, one of the things we're facing in this market, because it is such a good market, is a shortage of inventory.
Okay.
And so a lot of the numbers are slightly off from last year because of that. There is still a high demand of homes out there in the marketplace. A lot of buyers looking to buy a house, but very few homes that are for sale. So give you an idea, so far in Northampton Township, just to give you an example of what's happening there. And in 2005, year to date, from 2015, year to date, January to October, there was 398 homes sold. And so far, January to October of 2016, we have 401 homes. So, not a big increase in the number of homes. And again, a lot of that is just a shortage of homes on the market.
But an increase nonetheless.
Yes.
Not a huge one, but...
Right. And, average price is down about $2,000 in the township. But again, it's not as many higher price homes are for sale right now. And so that tends to skew the prices down a little bit also.
Well, and it's all relative. I mean, there's so many different flexes and functions that kind of go into these numbers and how they come out. But really what he's talking about is a scenario that's really good for the buyer. And this is where he's saying that this area is kind of one of those areas that's like a hidden gem, a hidden secret that now you know about and now everybody's going to know about.
Sure.
But let's look at Northampton Township, because he mentioned the school district. He mentioned the proximity to Philadelphia. He mentioned all of the great resources that they have there. It is a bustling area as well as a quiet suburb. It's got like the best of both worlds all right there.
Yeah, and it's, it's kind of a bedroom community a little bit. We're probably about a 10-minute drive to Doylestown, 10-minute drive to Newtown, and Doylestown Borough, Newtown Borough. A lot of shopping.
Fantastic.
In there, yeah.
I love the town. I love the town of Newtown. It is just you got the Parrot there on the one side. It's more than bars, folks, obviously, but that area, there's great restaurants and shopping, and that Newtown area is just so beautiful. The homes are beautiful, and it's just such a great area. And this is what Paul focuses on. He focuses on finding people, homes, and selling homes in Bucks County, and this is such a good opportunity for everybody out there. If this is something that fits you, just go to Paul's website. Nice and easy. PaulRasso.com. It's right. His name is right there. See it? It's right there at the bottom. Just put a .com at the bottom.
There you go.
And then you can go to his website and you can learn more information about him and how to get in touch. And by the way, he's got Facebook and Twitter and Instagram and Snapchat and LinkedIn, and it's all variation, and YouTube. So if you type in Paul Rosso, it's going to come up. I'll give you all the handles and all that stuff in a minute, but just go in the search bar and type Paul Rosso, and the stuff is going to come up. So
yeah, definitely.
Let's get into kind of this trend that I heard about not too long ago, and I want you to kind of tell me if it's true or not.
Okay.
One of the biggest groups that's buying houses right now is millennials.
Yes,
I never would have expected that. How is this kind of happening?
Well, they're at the age now where they're ready to settle down. A lot of them, or just buy on their own. And so they're the biggest force in the marketplace right now.
But my thing is that I always hear that the millennials, they don't have any money. They're all in debt. They all have loans they've got to pay off. So my question is, where is the connection here? Is it because there's so much value in owning a home that investment is so important that they somehow learned along the way? Maybe we didn't realize it was happening. They somehow learned along the way how important this is.
Yeah, I mean, real estate's a great investment. Always has been. There are a lot of advantages of buying a house. I always say you're paying a mortgage, whether it's your mortgage or your landlord's mortgage.
Right.
A lot of them have been renting a long time, and they do have debt. And the number one thing that they have is college debt. And that's going to be a drag on people for a long time. I had someone just recently purchased a home, and they're in their 40s buying their second house, and they still have college debt that they're paying off.
Wow.
But the income is there for them. A lot of times there's two people buying a house, and they're concerned about where schools they're at. They like the idea of their own space and be able to do whatever they want to the house. So it's still a good draw. It's a good investment. Everyone wants to be able to build up that equity.
Well, it's important. You mentioned the equity, and you mentioned a second ago about the mortgages, because we're in a really unique situation right now. Because somebody said to me, "Oh yeah, I mean mortgage rates are good. They're pretty low." Well, wait a second. You're underestimating it. They're not just low. They're the lowest they've ever been.
I know. It's just amazing. We're at about 3.25%, 3.5% interest rate right now. Historic lows, and it's been there for a number of years. There is a lot of concern now as to what's going to happen after the election, no matter who wins. So, I think you can see an uptick in the number of sales right now this fall. It's been a great time to buy a house this fall.
Yeah, and look, I had mentioned a couple times. I think everybody, you guys know, if you watch the show regularly, that I'm not in a rush to move, but we have been looking at some different homes, and I'm being really picky in particular, just because I can be.
Yes.
And it's a good time, folks. If you're even considering it, look, we got a lot of older folks out there. They're hanging on to their house really for no reason. It's time to sell. You're going to get the most for it, and you're going to make a new family really happy. And I know it's hard. I know you don't want to move out of your house, but really, let's talk about that for just one quick second. I know we're up against a break, but I know that this is a dynamic that really could be impactful to the entire market, because we have some older, very well-maintained homes that people may have kind of not outgrown, but kind of different phases of their life.
Sure. I mean, a lot of people are downsizing right now, and the importance is, and you probably heard about staging, and staging the house for the younger generation is a big thing right now, because the people buying your house, want to see different things than you may have in your house. So
Right.
that's why staging has become a big part of it. But yes, a lot of people have been concerned over the last couple of years with how much equity they have in their house.
Right.
The equity is returning to a lot of people. So if you had checked a couple of years ago and felt like you didn't have enough equity in the house, it's a good time to check.
Check
now.
again.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
And what's cool about Paul is that he's assembled this really great team, and they're affiliated with ReMax. That's why it says ReMax down there at the bottom, right? So any of these questions, whether it's mortgage, whether it's market,
Sure.
whether it's anything,
Yeah.
Paul's got somebody for you to talk to about that. So just go again to the website paulrasso.com and get all the info. I'm going to tell you a quick story about staging when we come back. You're not
Okay.
going to believe this one house I went to take a look at, and I'll get your opinion on it. So I'm
Okay,
gonna
great.
I'm going to take a quick break here on Morning Coffee, but don't go anywhere, folks, because we're going to come back and we'll be right back after this. Stick around.
When it's time for Jersey Mike's to make a really great sub, this is what we do. It's what we've been doing. It's what we've always done. It's what we'll always do. So what are you doing? Jersey Mike's. Be a sub above.
High-achieving students. Internationally renowned faculty. And award-winning alumni. A 226-year history of excellence and a beautiful urban campus. The University of Pittsburgh.
Solano Community College transformed my life.
And gave me the opportunities I needed to succeed.
I received the same university caliber education
Without the pressures of debt holding me back. Affordable and flexible, I fulfilled my undergraduate classes.
getting to the information I truly have a passion for,
The decision to attend SCC empowered my future.
and made my dream of attending Yale University a reality. Solano Community College, the educated choice.
Graduates of our university end up going places. Same goes for our students. Because while our campus may be a launch pad for bigger and better things, it's also a prime destination filled with sights, sounds, and some pretty good eats. So, while you're preparing to take on the world is right outside your door. Wayne State University. Aim higher.
Today's show has been sponsored by Farmers Insurance in Voorhees, New Jersey. To protect your assets and the people you love, call Mike Skoranek, your local Farmers Insurance agent, at 856-336-2553.
We are farmers. Bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum.
Now, that is the sign we like to see, the sold sign. And oh man, I love that little tag at the top.
Oh, thank you.
Rosso did it again. He sold it. That's awesome. That is so cool. And look, like, I think people, like, they've gone through like this weird evolution with the real estate sign, right? Like,
Yes.
we've even got to talk about the sign because we don't have enough to worry about, right? So like all these different companies, they try different, approaches to their sign and all that stuff. You buy into any of that? Does that really matter?
Well, it depends. A sign can work if it's on a busy street. If it's not on a busy street, it's not as valuable.
Right.
Right.
It's just as simple, and it doesn't matter what the sign is.
Right.
Yeah. Anyway, that's
The
like
problem is people are looking at their phones while they're driving anyway. So
Yeah,
they don't
right.
see the signs anymore.
That's
But
right. Keep
if
your
you-
eyes up.
Yeah, but if you're on a busy road, people are concerned about being on a busy road. But the people who call you on the sign that's on a busy road, they already know you're on a busy road. They're great buyers for you.
Right. Right.
Definitely.
It's really, really cool. And this tag here, I just wanted to make sure because I wanted to mention it because it's about, it kind of is a recognition that not every realtor gets. Paul is a leading edge home seller, certified home selling advisor,
Yes.
and certified negotiation expert. And ReMax doesn't give those titles to just anybody. And he focuses on Bucks County, but I really wanted to mention it because it lends to Paul's expertise, and that is the most important thing about being confident in your realtor. You want to make sure that he's the expert. I'm sorry, I have like a tickle or a hair or something. Listen, we had some dogs in earlier. There might be a dog hair flew in my nose, but sorry about that. But what I wanted to kind of do, before I let you out of here, I wanted to talk about why. Oh, I wanted to tell you my story real quick.
Oh, yes.
Super quick, okay? So I go to look at this house in Cherry Hill.
Okay.
And the realtor says, look, the lady that lives here is real particular about everything, so just kind of keep that in mind. We open the door, there's a big basket full of booties that there was a sign next to it that said, everyone who enters the house must wear these.
Yes.
Okay, little odd, but all right, I understand you want to protect the floors and all that stuff. However, there were not enough booties for myself, my wife, and the realtor. So the realtor and my wife got the booties, and I had to walk around the house in my socks.
Yes.
I complained about that the whole time, where I thought, the realtor says, do you want to go outside? I said, I can't go outside, I'm in my socks. Like, what? Come on now. I think she got the feeling very quickly that I was not impressed with that house. It's the funny stuff like that happen.
It does, you know. So I always say, hey, when you're going to look at homes, make sure you don't have holes in your socks. You know?
Well, don't have expectations and don't have holes in your socks because look, I didn't expect to have to put the booties on, but it's a more common scenario than I guess I realized. And she just wanted to protect her home. She's got a lot of people walking through it. It made sense, I guess, but I just wasn't prepared.
I mean, if you just redid your hardwood floors, or if you have light carpets and just had them cleaned, a lot of people are going to want to use the booties or socks.
Go with your socks. It was funny because I was actually wearing these socks and they have dogs on them. So like, the realtor laughed when she was like, "Oh, okay, you're in your socks." I was like, "I didn't expect to be in my socks. Give me a break here." But anyway. So. Before I let you out of here, I want to talk about the reasons why this fall, particularly, but before the end of the year, why this is a good time to buy or sell your home. We're going to talk about selling first.
Okay, so I wrote down a couple things, because I think it's a great time to be selling the house. A lot of people think the spring is a great time, but actually the fall. And reason why, especially right now, demand is very strong. There are a lot of buyers out there with these interest rates. A lot of buyers are out there looking for a house. And if you're looking to move up, I mean, it's great. You got a high demand for your house, and you're going to get low interest rates on the house. Your next house.
Right?
Yeah, definitely. This time of the year is a lot less competition. Serious buyers are out there now who want to buy a house before the end of the year. The winter is also a great time to be selling your home. I have a number of people lined up to put their house on the market in January. They're doing some repairs right now.
Okay.
January, buyers are out there looking to buy houses. Very little competition. I have a house that, they were with another agent for about 265 days. I get around there. They haven't been able to get their house sold. I'm having them do work on their house. We're going to put the house in the market in mid-January. They're going to have very little competition in their area. The house is going to move very quickly.
And I just want to jump in because what Paul is basically telling you about is that he develops strategic plans with his clients. He's not saying, just get the house up and we'll see what happens. He's like, look, you've got 3 months to make the repairs. When you make the repairs, then we'll approach it and put the house up when the time is right.
Right. They needed a little break. They have a couple of small children, and they needed a break in the marketplace. So I have them work done. And yes, every house I put on the market, it's becomes strategic as to when it goes on the market, what day of the week it goes on the market, what time of the day it goes on the market, down to that,
really
just
cool.
so that I can maximize the best for the client.
Yeah, it's such again. We talked about it in the first segment. Paul's background is in engineering. He takes a real scientific approach to real estate, and man, it's worked for him. He's been successful for 30 years in it. So again, any questions you may have for him, paulrosso.com. It's fantastic.
Yeah, and the process is also quicker, so that the lenders aren't as busy right now. The title companies aren't as busy. So you can get, if you buy a house in the next 2 weeks, you'll probably be in there before the holidays even begin.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a really fast turnaround.
Yeah, definitely. I have a few people that are moving in right before the holidays, so they're going to be decorating their new house.
Yeah, that's
ready to
nice. That's
roll.
fun.
Yeah,
I like
definitely.
that. I like
Definitely. You know, and the last thing I want to cover is, with, as I mentioned, with the interest rate so low, if you're a move up buyer right now, selling your house and moving up, I mean, you can't beat.
Now's the
interest
time.
rates. Yeah.
Now is the
Definitely.
time. Don't
Yeah,
wait. Don't hesitate.
Because they're predicting interest rates are going to go up another %.
Okay.
Next year. So, prices prices are going to rise. So if you're buying a higher price house and prices rise 5%, so 5% of your higher price is going to be a lot more than 5% of your lower price house.
Right. And it's
Right.
important to kind of keep these things in mind because everything is fluid, right? Everything
Right.
kind of moves and flexes and all of that, and you need an expert to be able to decipher all of those trends for you.
Yeah.
And he's right here. He's sitting right next to me. So folks, get in touch with him. Paul, this has been such great stuff.
Okay.
What I'd like you to do right now
Okay.
is I want you to look into that camera right there
Okay.
and just give everybody all of your information, and you can say whatever you like to say. I'd like it to be about real estate, but you can say really whatever you'd like. Right
All right.
there. The time is yours.
Thanks, Mark. So, as Mark, and I had talked about, I service the Bucks County, Philadelphia, and Montgomery County areas. My office is in Newtown in Bucks County, and I service, the entire region there. I can also help anybody out of state through the ReMax referral network and my own network around the world, actually. So, some of the towns that I do a lot of work in is Northampton Township. I live in Richborough, which is in Northampton Township. So I work a lot in Richborough, Churchville, Iverland, and Holland, which is all in Northampton Township. My office is in Newtown, and so I do a lot of business in Newtown, Yardley, Langhorne, Washington Crossing, New Hope areas, Warrington, Warminster. So just some of the towns that I work in. My phone number I can be reached at 215-778-9687. Again, my mobile number is 215-778-9687. Our website is paulrosso.com. That's PAULROSSO.com. On Facebook, you can follow me on Facebook at facebook.com/Paul Rosso, Real Estate Advisor. On YouTube, Paul Rosso Team. On Twitter, at Paul Rosso. Snapchat, Paul_Rosso. Instagram, Paul Rosso Advisor. And LinkedIn, Paul Rosso. So, social media is a big factor right now. One of the things I do, and you'll see it all over my Facebook business page, is I do a lot of videos to educate the public on different aspects of real estate. So I have Rosso on Real Estate, which is about the 40th episode so far.
Nice.
I just started that a couple months ago. And so keep people informed about the marketplace and also about issues affecting real estate, tips on buying, selling, and interest, mortgages. And then also, because one of the areas I specialize in is Northampton Township. I do Northampton Township, Rosso and Northampton Township Real Estate.
Oh,
Also.
cool.
So a lot of videos out there. You can follow me all over the social media.
The bottom line is you've got no excuse. He is everywhere. He is out there. You just need to find the right outlet for you to get in touch with them.
Yeah.
And you can get it all started on paulrosso.com. And Paul, this was excellent. I want to thank you for coming in and spending a few minutes with me.
Great. Thanks a lot, Mark.
You're quite welcome. It was our pleasure. So I'm going to take a quick break here. And guess what? We're going to camp. We got to go to camp because Carol is here and it is camp with Mrs. Whitebriar. And we can't wait. We can't wait. So we're going to take a break. And then I can see what she's got set up. And folks, you're not going to want to miss it. So stay right there. We'll be right back on the Radio Vision Network.
Today's show has been sponsored by Farmers Insurance in Voorhees, New Jersey. To protect your assets